Weak show tonight, everybody. The Godfather Soldier Slimming. Get ready for it. Get ready. Name my topic tonight. It's called Stupid and Subpar in Sacremento. Wrestlemania 42 in Vegas won't be, will be. WrestleMania 42 in Vegas probably or probably not be a good show this weekend. So much to say. Before I do, I'm gonna show a little bit of music. Songs called "Dreams We Dream Together" from 1990s. The Never Ending Story 2, the next chapter, starring the late Jonathan Brandis. The reason why I'm playing that because today would have been a happy 50th birthday to this 90s teen heartthrob. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. I'll tell you my history and birthdays. Stick around. Right back. Yep, Dreams We Dream Together. Dreams We Dream by Joe Miller from the 1990 movie soundtrack to Never Ending Story 2 Part. Never Ending Story 2, the next chapter. Because today would have been a happy 50th birthday of this 90s teen heartthrob. I'm going to mention in a few minutes on my history and birthdays. Okay, then now forever together and hopefully dead. The WWE video leads us in the show. Video: Roman Reigns is shown sitting down in the room when he won the Royal Rumble. He told CM Punk to enjoy the breathlessly he had left. Punk did what he thought he'd do. He lied. The WWE Universe lived through it all. Punk exposed himself as a hypocrite. Reigns showcases clips of Punk saying things they're doing the exact opposite. CM Punk claims he was treated like a dog, but he held the WWE title for 334 days. That makes Punk also takes the TKO checks. He apologizes to Saudi Arabia to make his money while crapping on the company. Reigns says he likes Pat McAfee, but he never won. Yeah. I figured he would. Yeah, I figured. Reigns says he likes Pat McAfee, but never in the world has a punter ran his mouth to him. Nobody believes CM Punk believes in CM Punk. It's 2012. It's not 2012 anymore. The Tribal Chief doesn't lie. In the main event, he will give Phil the opportunity to tell the truth, or Reigns will. Yeah, you're right. I was right. You know what? Yeah, you were right. You know what, Letty? You know what, Leah Ty? You know what, Leah Ty? I figured you were like, since that's your real name, Roman, Leah Ty. Since that's your real name, I knew you figured you like Pat McAfee. Look, yeah, you're the one to talk, Leah Ty. How about someone tells you that it's 2026, not 2015? I'm gonna get, but don't worry about. I'm gonna get to a little bit later. Backstage segment: World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk is shown sitting backstage after watching that video. Pre-show rivals: Raw Women's World Champion Stephanie McMahon is in the building. Charlotte Flair arrived with Alexa Bliss. Flair will face Lyra Valkyria. Gunther is shown arriving in the Gunther 1 Center. Last Monday on Raw, Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi got into a massive brawl during their WrestleMania contract signing. WWE CCO and Hall of Famer, the Game Triple H, was doing bad bookings in the ring with Raw GM Adam Pearce. Pearce welcomes everyone to Monday Night Raw in an effort to make sure that this match is actually makes it to WrestleMania. Pearce decided that Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar will sign this contract separately. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman marches out to the stage to boos from the crowd. Paul Heyman introduces himself and says Pearce is right for once in his life. They should sign separately. This is WrestleMania Fight Week because no one should get close to the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar hits the music to a big reaction. The Beast incarnate comes out and looks focused. Lesnar and Paul and Heyman head down to the ring. Lesnar will fight Oba Femi on WrestleMania Sunday in a match that will be broadcast on ESPN. Lesnar takes the contract from Adam Pearce, signs it, and tips his cap to him. Composes the ring to a big ovation. Heyman says history has been made. They may be as well a Nigerian death warrant with one man's name written on it. Oba chant picks up. Heyman says he's glad. Lesnar rips the microphone away from Heyman and says the crowd won't know Femi's name after this weekend. Heyman says this Sunday on the real main event of WrestleMania.
He has a prediction, not a spoiler. There is going to be a winner and a loser. This Sunday at WrestleMania, the loser's name is Obafemi. Heyman says he's going to balls deep into the rumors that the ruler can't handle the beast. The winner will be the greatest combat sports athlete in history, the conqueror, Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar and Heyman walk off. I know if you think I did a good job doing my little Paul Heyman voice impression of doing that. You know, I'll say simple but effective segment with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. They built this match with Lesnar and Obafemi with a very simple kind of formula. Femi has gotten the better of a few times, but there's a but there is a still question of what will happen when the bell rings of an official match. I say I'm pretty psyched to see about this match. I'm really curious how they will book this out. We'll see. Replay Raw last Monday on Raw. Logan Paul shoved IShowSpeed into LA Knight. IShowSpeed then got into a WrestleMania match teaming with Logan Paul and Austin Theory against the Usos and LA Knight. Backstage segment. IShowSpeed is standing near a practice WWE ring when World Tag Team Champions Logan Paul and Austin Theory walk up to him. They tell him it doesn't matter that IShowSpeed isn't a wrestler. They got to lock it in and get this right. The IShowSpeed gets in the ring and start training. They show Speed practicing lockups and crossbody blocks and crash pads. Speed and locks in training in the Boston Crab and gets him to submit. Speed is looking confident after this season. Six-man tag team match will kick off WrestleMania Saturday, which will be on ESPN2. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss make their way to the ring. Flair will battle Lyra Valkyria next. Commercial break. The WrestleMania set is under construction at Allegiant Stadium. This past Friday, on SmackDown, Charlotte Flair distracted Bayley, causing her to lose to Alexa Bliss. Charlotte Flair with Alexa Bliss versus Lyra Valkyrie with Bayley. Referee is Danilo Fibio. Ding ding, the bell rings. They take a few moments before locking up. Valkyrie hits a headlock takeover, but Flair fights up and grabs the leg. Valkyrie kicks her away and hits another headlock takeover. Flair grapevines the head, but Valkyrie does a handstand and walks her hands to get out. Flair kips up to shows her up. Flair hits her waistlock takeover and sizes her up. Flair sidesteps Valkyrie and falls up into the ropes for a shoulder tackle. Flair taunts Bayley before stepping up on Valkyrie. Valkyrie pops up to her feet and gets in Flair's face, shoving her face a few times. Flair chops her back. Valkyrie ducks a chop and hits a running crossbody block before connecting a spinning heel kick for a 2 count. Flair reverses a whip, but Valkyrie flips her over. Flair side steps in avalanche, but Valkyrie boots her back. Flair responds with a kick to the head before having whipped him to the corner reversed. Flair rolls up to the turnbuckles and lands on an apron. Valkyrie knocks her to the floor and hits a wrecking ball dropkick. Valkyrie gets on the ring, gets to the crowd going and tries for a plancha. She stands on her feet when Flair moves. Flair then boots Valkyrie down. Commercial break. Back from the break, Flair sets Valkyrie and heads to the top rope. Valkyrie grabs her and Flair kicks her down. Valkyrie rips her off the ropes and climbs to the ropes. He hits a flying leg drop for a near fall. Valkyrie climbs to the middle top rope for a moonsault, but Flair gets the knees up. Flair goes for a figure four leg, but Valkyrie counters with an inside cradle for a 2 count. Valkyrie rocks her with an enziguri, but Flair responds with a kick to the face. Flair positions Valkyrie and heads to the top rope. Flair hits a moonsault for a near fall. The crowd is getting into this match. Flair hits the ropes for a neutral selection, but Valkyrie counters with a crucifix pin for a 2 count. Valkyrie sidesteps a big boot and strikes away at the Queen. Flair responds with a chop to chop and talks some trash. Valkyrie blocks a kick and hits a fisherman suplex for a 2 count. Valkyrie soon puts Flair on our shoulders. Flair sides off and throws her out of the ring to Bayley. Flair goes quickly to the floor, put Valkyrie in the ring. Flair ducks in enziguri and does a O'Connor roll. 1-2. Bayley pulls Flair's foot out. Valkyrie rolls Flair up for the win. Winner by pinfall, Lyra Valkyrie. Flair and Bliss get into a shoving match with Bayley and Valkyrie. The referee kicks and Sarah knows for further incident. Yeah, last Friday, two times in a row, 2 years in a row, Bayley has been beaten by Alexa Bliss. I mean, first at Payback 2017 for the for the Raw Women's title, and last Friday on SmackDown. In her own hometown. Bayley can never beat Alexa Bliss in her own hometown. Never. First Payback 2017, now last Friday. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, weird, ain't it? Well, we're all really happy to see who wins. I feel like Nikki, the Bella Twins might win to get this. I'm gonna get wait. Sorry about it. Sorry. Oh, no prediction yet. Sorry about that. But this is some bad booking tonight. Really okay to see Lyra getting a little momentum back after what it was rough and some people think her SummerSlam's performance last year was SummerSlam performance last year was bad. But this match was bad booking. How they're gonna pick up with this fatal 4-way match for women's tag team titles this Saturday. This weekend, WrestleMania, Vegas. Video: a WrestleMania themed NASCAR racer is shown. Backstage segment: LA Knight and the Usos are talking when the MFTs of SmackDown walk up. It says their family is a mess, and his older brothers are hanging with a clown. Knight tells any 3 of them can meet them in the ring tonight. They can warm up for WrestleMania, and Knight walks off, leaving the Usos looking at their younger brother, Sioka. The Usos then walk off. Backstage segment: Women's World Champion Stephanie McMahon is walking backstage. We'll hear from her next. Then we go to commercial break. Hulk Hogan Real American is coming to Netflix this Wednesday, on Wednesday, April 22nd. Wait, is that Earth Day weekend? Earth Day weekend? Yeah, that's on Earth Day week. That's on Earth Day. A video clip of the Hulk Hogan documentary. Women's World Champion Stephanie McCare addresses going to her first WrestleMania against Liv Morgan. Women's World Champion Stephanie McCare makes her way to the ring. Replay last Monday on Raw. McCare vicious attacked Liv Morgan backstage, knocking her into Roxanne Perez, putting her through a TV screen. Yeah, let's see if we can talk about her mother now. Liv. Kathy Kelly is in the ring to interview Vicare, but Liv Morgan attacks her Vicare from behind. Kelly is also knocked over. Morgan punches away at Vicare before WWE officials run down to separate them. Vicare is pulled out of the ring. Morgan screams for Vicare to get in the ring and fight her. Morgan says she knew Vicare's mother was trash, but she didn't know how to raise a little bitch. Oh, that was way. Now she's crossed. Yep, more fighting words again. No, that reminds me of. This reminds me of when she used fighting word when she was using fighting when Liv Morgan was using fighting words about her mother. That reminds me of Rocky 3. We had a press conference when Mr. T's character Clubber Lang was using fighting words about Sylvester Stallone about he used a little sexual remark about Rocky's wife Adrian, saying, hey woman, listen here. Since your old man ain't got no heart, maybe you like to see a real man. I'll let you stay up every night dreaming about the real man, don't you? I'll tell you what. You bring your pretty little self over to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man. Then Sylvester Stallone's character Rocky Balboa got really pissed off and crossed the line. Yep, she crossed the line. Vicare shouts that she's not waiting till WrestleMania. Vicare charges in the ring and takes Morgan down. WWE officials pull them apart. Vicare breaks free and hits Morgan with a stiff forearm. Morgan is pulled away, looking into saying she's held back. Morgan screams that Vicare is done for. Kathy is held away by WWE officials. Stephanie Vicare will defend the Raw Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan on WrestleMania Saturday. Looks like they're building some momentum right here. This was kind of good. This is really good. Those are my thoughts. It was really good. Replay. Last Friday on SmackDown, Rhea Ripley took out B-Fab and Michin. Later on that night, SmackDown Women's Champion Jade Cargill pinned Io Sky. Cargill and Ripley went face to face. Backstage interview. Jackie Redmond is backstage with Io Sky. Is there anything she wants to say before? She says if there's anything she wants to say before facing Jade Cargill. Sky says she lost, but she was fighting for a friend. On WrestleMania Saturday, no one will root for Rhea Ripley more than her. Asuka and Kairi Sane walk up to her. Asuka says Sky was the Raw Women's World Champion. Was Women's World Champion. Was SmackDown Women's World. Was Women's World Champion at WrestleMania last year. This year, she's Rhea Ripley's sidekick. Sky says she's tired of how Asuka is treating her and Zayn. Asuka says Zayn is fine and will face Sky tonight. Zayn looks shocked and she steels herself to look at Sky. Zayn is pulled away. Yeah, she's treating her really bad. She's treating her like shit, man. She's abusing her. I mean, Kairi's treating her like shit, man. Damn. Arena Concourse, the Usos are fired up to make their entrance. They'll team with LA Knight to battle the MFTs next. Commercial break. The clip Logan Paul shoving into iShow Speed into LA Knight last week and has viewed 428 million times. Almost viewed social highlight in the history of Raw, NXT, or SmackDown. 6-man tag team match. The Usos main event: Jey Uso and Jimmy. And LA Knight versus the MFT: Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, and Tonga Leo and Vitala Tonga. Referee is Chad Patton. Jimmy Uso starts against JC Mateo and kicks him. Jey Uso tags in and takes it to Mateo before knocking him out of the ring. Jey hits a wild dive to the floor. Commercial break. Back from commercial break, Solo Sikoa is applying a nerve hold to Jey. Jey fights up and punches out. Jey knocks out the MFTs off the other MFTs off the apron and hits the ropes, but Solo Sikoa hits back with an elbow. Sikoa punches Jimmy Uso's to the floor. Sikoa punches Jimmy Uso to the floor before taunting LA Knight. Jey fires back with a rebound enziguri. LA Knight and Tonga Leo tag in. Knight takes Mateo down, hits Leo with a back suplex. Knight sends Mateo to the floor. Leo scoops Knight up, but Knight counters with a reverse DDT. Knight rolls up to his feet and goes for a second rope. Knight leaps to the top rope and hits a driving drop 1-2. Mateo breaks it up. Jimmy super kicks Mateo. Sikoa hits Jimmy with a Samoan spike. Jey pulls the top rope down to get Sikoa out of the ring. Jey hits a suicide dive, but Sikoa picks him out of the midair and slams him to the commentary table. Tomaton comes to the outside. Sikoa is furious, wondering where he was. In the ring, Knight hits Leo with a blunt force trauma for the win. Wins by pinfall the Usos and LA Knight. What I can say about this. It's not a much match. The rush through spots and much of the match took place during the commercial. It's a quick tune-up win. No, I feel like yeah, it wasn't that bad. Michael Cole announces that Kath Kelly is gonna be okay. Stephanie Liv broke her legs tonight. I bet. By the way, about Liv Morgan, I know some of you saw her little music video that was posted up here on that music video called Trouble. Yeah. And then we see a video. Pat McAfee and Randy Orton took out undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll this past Friday on SmackDown. Yeah, Michael Cole, you just lost your own best friend, man. Your own best friend, someone you knew for someone you knew for 5 fucking years. And that's Pat McAfee. The ring general Gunther makes his way to the ring. We'll hear from the career killer, from the career killer next. Commercial break. The WWE Hall of Fame will take place this Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific, which is really Saturday at midnight on the East Coast. Gunther addresses facing Seth Rollins at Wrestlemania. Gunther is in the ring laughing. Seth Rollins immediately charges to the ring and tackles Gunther. Rollins punches away at Gunther. Gunther escapes the ring. For 2 weeks, Gunther has attacked him from behind. That was a receipt. At WrestleMania, Rollins will finish the job if Gunther said it is true. This was a personal issue, not him trying to kiss up to Paul Heyman. Rollins wants to know why Gunther wants to face him at WrestleMania. Gunther shouts and goes to the ring area before grabbing a microphone and getting in the ring. Gunther gets in Rollins' face. Gunther says he is solving Heyman's issue, but he's doing it with a smile on Gunther is solving Heyman's issue, but he's doing it with a smile on his face because Rollins is pissing him off. Rollins strutted around for years thinking he was the best in this ring, but he's not. Gunther is when Gunther was champion, instead of seeking out the best champion competition, Rollins became a useful idiot to Heyman. Ooh. At WrestleMania, Gunther will prove that Rollins cannot lace his boots. Rollins attacks him, but Gunther needs him in the midsection. Gunther goes for a powerbomb, but Rollins gets out and kicks him out of the ring. Gunther leans against the steel steps and avoids a stomp onto the steps from Rollins. Gunther retreats through the crowd, and Rollins gets to the ring and poses. WrestleMania Saturday, Seth Rollins will battle Gunther. Seth Rollins cannot beat Gunther. I mean, this man is like bulletproof. He's unstoppable. I mean, he's unstoppable. I mean, no one can stop Gunther. Trust me. Trust me, no one can stop Gunther. Trust me. Yeah, Saturday, Rollins will battle Gunther. Then we see a video. Club WWE is coming. video, the Demons coming to WrestleMania. Demon Fierce Dirty Dum Dum on WrestleMania Sunday. Raw GM's office. AAA Mega Champion Dirty Dum Dum was with Raw GM Adam Pearce. Mysterio was complaining that his deadbeat father is getting a chance at the Intercontinental Championship. As for Demon, he was told by Finn Balor that he was dead. Mysterio wants this match canceled. Pearce declines and says Rey Mysterio earned his spot. As for Dum Dum, he needs to look in the mirror and get ready. Yahya Abdul Mateen II, an actor on a Netflix show, is at ringside. Sacremento Kings forward Dylan Cardrell is also there. Io Sky heads to the ring. She'll face Kairi Zhang next. Then go to commercial break. Io Sky versus Kairi Zhang with Asuka. Referee is Jessica Kai. Referee Shane hits Luther's press. Sky punches Sky. They roll around the mat, brawling before Zhang stomps her. Zhang sends her to the mat corner and hits a shoulder thrust. Zhang hits a running forearm in the corner before going for a top rope for a flying forearm for a 2 count. Zhang stomps Sky and pushes her down. Zhang hits a snap man and applies a rear chin lock. Sky eventually fights out and lands on her feet to counter a head scissor takeover. Sky takes Zhang down and drop kicks her out of the ring. Sky sets her for a side moonsault. Sky pulls her down. Zhang sends her into a barricade, but Sky kicks her back. Sky stands on her barricade, hits a nasty moonsault block, and shines her with hitting Zhang in the head. Commercial break. Back from break, Sky is making a comeback. Sky hits a back fist and some Showtime uppercut. Sky hits Zhang. Sky kicks Zhang in the face. Zhang reverses a whip, but Sky goes to the top apron and kicks Zhang in the face. Sky goes to the top rope for a missile drop kick. Sky kicks up and gets the crowd going. Sky hits a bullet train attack and steps on Zhang for going to the top rope. Zhang shoves her into the apron, but Sky forearms her in the jaw. Sky pulls her up for a suplex to the floor, but Zhang fights it. Zhang headbutts Sky and heads her hanging over the ringside area. Sky knocks Zhang back, and Asuka gets on the apron and slings Sky head into the ring post. Then Rhea Ripley heads to the ring. Ripley headbutts Asuka and goes for the riptide on the floor, but SmackDown Women's Champion Jade Cargill attacks her from behind. Sky crushes Cargill with a suicide dive and gets into Asuka's face. Zhang grabs Sky, but she misses a back fist. Sky goes to the top rope, but Asuka sweeps her feet. Zhang rolls Sky for the win. Winning by pinfall, Kairi Zhang. No, I want to say, how many times is WWE gonna let Rhea not retaliate against Jade? She's been attacked by Jade too many times, man. Video: Women's Intercontinental Champion AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch on WrestleMania Saturday. A little video clip they show. Backstage, Owen Family shown walking backstage. Commercial break. Triple H will be on his wife's podcast to interview her ahead of their Hall of Fame induction. Owen Family signs the contract to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42 Vegas. WWE Chief CCO and Hall of Famer Triple H is back in the ring. Raw GM Adam Pearce says they have one signature on the contract. It's time for another. Pearce introduces ruler Obafemi. Ruler Obafemi struts down to the ring, and the Obafemi ovation. Femi gets in the ring. The contract. And takes the contract and signs it before giving it back to Pearce. Triple H points to the stage. Paul Heyman is standing there looking incredulous. Heyman says he's been in this industry for his entire life. He's never seen someone come across the audience in the biggest star in the industry and fast as Old Femi. Being in the industry, he knows where he is safe, where he is not. Femi is a violent man, so he'll stay on the stage. That's what Heyman likes most about Femi. Femi is the most violent person to come into WWE since Brock Lesnar. Femi is the fastest rising star on top since Brock Lesnar is the most impressive fighter, and combat athlete since Brock Lesnar. The crowd loudly chants Oba. Heyman says the crowd is starting to piss him off. The problem is that it ends on Sunday. Everything Femi built will come crashing down in Suplex City when the F5 it comes crashing down when Old Femi is completely conquered by Brock Lesnar. The crowd continues to chant for Old Femi. Heyman says there's no shame in the loss. Femi is the future main event of WrestleMania. When he is conquered, he will be conquered. Heyman promises that Femi will build his career. He will always be open to over Femi. Femi says it's taking everything in him to come down to that ramp and beat Heyman pillar to post. It's deeper than that. The physical pain and scars will heal, and a beat his ass chant picks up. Femi says the commotional wounds when his beast loses at WrestleMania will last forever. As far as his opportunity, Heyman can close it. Femi already has his door to WrestleMania 2 months ago. Heyman has his beast issue an open challenge to anyone who dared to step up. Why would they care? There are 25 years of history that say Brock Lesnar can't beat. Old Femi has a 4-week history that shows she can. It's never personal between business. Now it's business as usual. It's different. Femi and Heyman can feel it. The people can feel it too. It's time to put an end to end the beast. Heyman has been there the whole way. Heyman has been Lesnar's friend and advocate. He's been a good mouthpiece. He's never been an honest one. If Heyman were honest, he'd be introduced himself. And admit his client is afraid of Obafemi. Because he is a ruler of the destroyer and the bringer of the war. He's a mountain that cannot be conquered. He will slay the beast. Femi has always been the one. Everyone knows that. WrestleMania 42 Vegas homie, Heyman will know it too. It's kind of a little book right here they did with him tonight. Sorry, it was a sneeze. Liv Morgan's new music video for her song on Trouble's Play. Wow, what story? So well, WWE's now making her the great. Now she's trying to make her be next do like what John Cena did. They're trying to make her. We're gonna try to make her singer like future like Britney Spears. Like trying to do like I John Cena's music video music video Bad Man and better than her music video Trouble. Javon Evans heads to ring, he'll team with Dragon Lee to face Rusev and JD McDonough. In commercial break tag team match, Javon Evans and Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough and Rusev. Eddie Wrangle's referee. JD McDonough knocks Javon Evans off the top rope before attacking Dragon Lee. Lee fights back and puts him in the corner. McDonough turns him around, stomps him down. McDonough turns him inside out with a clothesline and kicks Evans off the apron. McDonough hits a snap suplex on Lee for a 2 count. Rusev tags in and hits a gut wrench suplex before hitting a vertical suplex. Rusev continues to attack before McDonough tags in. McDonough hits a scary high angle lock back suplex on Lee before tagging Rusev back in. Rusev stomps Lee and grabs him. Lee fights back, but Rusev knees him and goes for a powerbomb. Lee gets out with a hurricanrana. Javon Evans tags in and leaps over to Rusev. Rusev before knocking McDonough and off the apron. Evans hits Rusev with a flying knee face to face before hitting McDonough with a suicide dive. Evans kicks Rusev back and hits a springboard flying clothesline. Evans backflips to send McDonough off the ring and charged him. Evans pulls the top rope down. Get back at Rusev out of the ring. Rusev blocks a dive. Punches Evans back. McDonough pulls Lee off the apron and hits a side moonsault. Evans then rocks him with a forearm to the face. Evans runs him around to ringside and dives at Rusev, but Rusev catches him and hits a forward slam over to the commentary table. Here we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break. Lee leaps over, hits the rope to hit him down with a hurricanrana off the apron into Rusev. Lee gets McDonough in the ring and hits a snapdragon suplex followed by a super kick. Lee hits the ropes, but hits McDonough and hits standing Spanish fly 1-2. Evans breaks it up. Evans hits Rusev with a red dot, followed by a dive over the top rope. Lee flips through a clothesline and rolls McDonough up before hitting a Styles Clash for the win. Wins by pinfall, Javon Evans and Dragon Lee. Rusev shoves Evans into Lee and hits Evans with a fallaway slam. Rusev then hits Lee with a swing slam before going for the accolade. Rey Mysterio runs down for the save. The WWE Hall of Famer punches away at Rusev. Rusev shoves him off, but Mysterio drop kicks him into position. Rusev clothesline Mysterio and goes for a 619. Intercontinental Champion Penta runs down and attacks Rusev. Penta goes for a springboard, but Rusev hits a monster kick out of midair. Evans attack. Okay. Wow, 12:01 already. Wow, that's fast. Damn. 12:01 in the morning already. Evans attacks Rusev and goes for an OG cutter, but Rusev counters with a Sambo suplex. Rusev then kicks Madonna. Mysterio Penta down with a monster kicks. Lee gets a monster kick and bends him back with an accolade. Not bad tag. It wasn't that bad last night. Not that bad. Commentators go over the events of WrestleMania week. Then they showcase the card for WrestleMania Saturday, followed by the card for WrestleMania Saturday. John Cena, Dr. Thugonomics is back and will host WrestleMania 42 Vegas this weekend. But the real question is, will him and Orton cross paths while hosting? We think Orton will cross paths with Cena while hosting the show. Raw General Manager's office. Raw GM Adam Pearce is on the phone with and Danhausen comes up. Danhausen wants to meet John Cena, but Pearce doesn't have time for him. He's lucky he didn't get cursed for ignoring Danhausen. The OTC Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring with a huge pop. He'll confront World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk next. Commercial break. Roman Reigns and CM Punk goes face to face for WrestleMania 42 Vegas. Roman Reigns completes his entrance and listens to the OTC chant. Roman Reigns takes his time before saying Sacremento, acknowledge me. World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk quickly interrupts. Reigns sneers through the looks to the stage, but CM Punk makes his way through the ring crowd. Punk takes a long time coming through the crowd and stands on a commentary table looking at Reigns. Crowd is buzzing and chanting CM Punk's name. Punk says after watching the cold open, which announced to a political smear, smear campaign to put together by Reigns. Punk is here to tell the truth. The Pico of Sacramento will be his witnesses. Reigns could be the judge, jury, and executioner. Punk tells Reigns to tell him when he's telling lies. Punk tells Reigns to tell him when he's telling lies. Punk starts heading to the ring, but Reigns warns him that if he gets in the ring, they will need mics. Punk still heads up to the ring, but he stays on the apron. Punk says the truth is that he hates Reigns because he envies him. This is all he ever wanted. This is the only dream he ever had in his heart since he was a little kid. Punk envies the fact that it was handed to Reigns. Punk hates that Reigns was champion for 116 days because after some self-reflection, he hates that he knows how hard Reigns worked his ass off, but to be that great. You know, in the history books, when they talk about legacy, they won't ask how. They ask how many. Punk hates the number of times Reigns has main evented WrestleMania. Punk tells him that when he's telling lies, has he lied? Reigns says nothing. Punk hates he feels that way. Punk says Sika was a great man wrestler. He's a champion and a Hall of Famer. Punk loves and respects the old timers. Punk hates the fact that they invoke Reigns' father's name in vain, and he sincerely apologizes to Reigns. But wait a minute, but Punk, what about Punk? Rome was the one that started when he brought up Cody's father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. So Reigns should be should be sorry much as you should, Punk. Punk gets in the ring and steps up to Reigns. Punk hates that there is more than one royal family in professional wrestling. Hates that he envies at the fact that he wasn't born into a dynasty. Punk doesn't know that what it's like to have that kind of family. CM Punk was born in the backyards in the alleyways of Chicago. Punk was a misfit who had to find his family. Punk found his family in the streets of Sacramento. He found his family in VFW, or Knights of Columbus, bowling alleys, and abandoned churches. Punk found his people in the Indies and conquered there. When he went to Japan and England and Puerto Rico, he wasn't handed anything born or a mile on a third base and a silver spoon. Punk busted his ass and made pro wrestling his home and made them his family. Punk hates the fact that he feels that this way. Punk hates that he has everything to share anything with Reigns, and let alone his first singles match headlining WrestleMania. Punk tells Reigns to tell him when he's telling lies. Reigns says nothing. On April 19th, has gold on his shoes around his waist. Late Sunday night, after the desert sun has set, the dry air will get cold. Steam will rise from Punk's bloody face. He'll have gold over his head. The ring announcers will say he's still the Warrior Champion, with Las Vegas chanting his name. Punk tells him to tell him when he's telling lies. Reigns, that's probably the truest stuff he's ever heard Punk say up until the end. Reigns says he hates Punk as well. He's hated Punk for a long time. Main reason Punk is because of Punk's relationship with the people. Reigns hopes that when the day he comes, when he leaves, the people will miss him as much as they miss Punk. He hopes they chant him for 10 years straight. Punk has made him a great connection with the fan base. No one can take that away from him. On Sunday, that Punk is the truth. Time is up. Time is up. But Reigns gave him 2 months to hold the relevancy. He did nothing with it. On Sunday, it's over. On Sunday, it's new. It's new. The nostalgia act is done. On Sunday, they will fix up the mess Punk started. On Sunday, they will put this place back on top. On Sunday, Tribal Chief will take over, and Punk, along with the whole world, will acknowledge him. This wasn't a bad segment last night. It was a bad segment last night. This was not a bad segment. But I feel like, you know what? I feel like I don't know if this might be a good show this Sunday, or this might be good this Saturday. I mean, let me go to the prediction. My predictions for WrestleMania. Let's go to I think WrestleMania probably or probably not might not be good. I think Triple H is putting up a really bad show this weekend. Let's go to night one, WrestleMania 18 for the Raw brand. Let's see. 6-man tag team match. Division: Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed with Paul Heyman versus the Usos on LA Knight. I think the Usos are gonna get this, and Usos and LA Knight gonna get this, and just bury Logan Paul and Austin Theory and I Show Speed. Let's see. The next one, Stephanie Vicaire. Let's see, Stephanie Vicaire versus Liv Morgan for the Raw Women's title. I predict that Liv Morgan, that Roxanne by her side is gonna cost her the match. Cost Roxanne Perez by her side is gonna screw Liv Morgan and betray her, and let Stephanie Vicaire retain. It's revealed that she was on Finn's payroll because Liv Morgan was knows she was jealous of Roxanne when she came to Judgment Day. The only reason Finn Balor brought her into Judgment Day is because she thinks she can steal her boyfriend, Dirty Dum Dum. That's why. And this won't. And I bet y'all just trust me. Roxanne is working for Finn. Is on Finn's payroll. And it's gonna be karma for Liv Morgan. Karma. Yeah. Now next one, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for Women's Intercontinental title. I'm gonna say AJ Lee retains, and Seth's wife, the Patty, will know that Ireland just does not have the best athletes. Yeah, AJ will retain, and Seth's wife, the Patty, will know that Ireland just does not have the best athletes. Trust me. Becky will know that. And for both teams, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. The Bell twins. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are on. Hold on, wait. Let's see. Yeah, Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie on Raw. Yeah, for all right, the SmackDown, the WWE titles. I mean, the women's tag team titles are for the brands for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. The Irresistible Forces, Nia Mahal Jackson, Lash Legend versus Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie versus the Bella Twins. Fatal 4-way tag team match for WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. I think the Bella Twins are gonna win this, and it'll be stupid. They're just gonna bury Lyra Valkyria, bury Bayley. I bet you the Bella Twins are gonna win this Saturday night at night one, and just bury the younger talent, because I don't know why they they brought them back and they need why they brought them back and they need to go away. But if they don't win, they can go what they can go away, leave WWE and stay retired. I mean, it's 2026, not 2009. Next, Seth Rollins versus Gunther. I'm gonna say Gunther. Gunther gets this because Seth Rollins cannot beat this dude. I'm telling you, Seth cannot beat Gunther. He cannot beat Gunther. No one can beat Gunther. But I know somehow Seth is somehow Seth is just gonna just gonna bury him. Now let's see. Night 2. This is for Raw only. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I'm gonna go with Obafemi. 6-pack ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. I say for Penta versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio. Penta is my pick. Penta is my pick. I'm going with Penta. Singles match for the Rhea Ripley's on Raw and Jade Cargill's on SmackDown. But I'm gonna skip. We'll skip that. We'll skip that. This is for what am I doing? This is for SmackDown. What am I saying? This is SmackDown brand, not for Raw. Okay. Let's go. Let's go over to Demon Finn Balor versus Dirty Dum Dum. I say that. No, I predict this. I predict that. Rey Mysterio might interfere. Might interfere. Yeah. I bet you. About the Raw Women's World Title match I mentioned between Liv Morgan and Stephanie McKay. I bet you. Dum Dum's gonna be shocked about this. About Roxanne costing Liv Morgan the Raw Women's title, when he realized that he was working with a line with Finn Balor all along. He's gonna be real shocked about this. Now, as I was saying, on the singles match, Demon Finn Balor versus Dirty Dum Dum, I say that I predict this. I say that Rey Mysterio will turn heel and help his son win against Finn Balor, and he probably might join the Judgment Day. And it's gonna be shocking, and that won't probably might make sense after all that won't make sense by WWE after all the disrespect and torment he he's been doing to that Dum Dum's been doing, that he's been disrespect he's been gotten from his own son. And that won't probably make sense. And Dum Dum's gonna have a smile on his face. He's gonna smile at Finn. He didn't know that that he has a yeah he outsmarted Finn. He outsmarted Finn because he thinks that he had Roxanne Perez in his corner, but now he has his father in his corner to join the Judgment Day, and that'll be stupid booking. That won't make any sense for Rey Mysterio to join the Judgment Day with his son. I think that probably might remind me of WrestleMania 2000 when Vince McMahon cost The Rock the WWE title and aligned himself back with with Triple H and his daughter, along with Shane. And after Stephanie's turned his back on his father, helped Triple H win it in Armageddon in 1999. Next one for the World Heavyweight Championship match: CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. This might get back with his that's the World Heavyweight title, so he can have his ego again. The World that title from CM Punk, so he can have his ego again. And you'll see that Paul Heyman was right. That's my prediction. And see what this turns how this turns us up. Now that got that covered. Now it's all these times from wrestling history and birthdays. Let's go to last Saturday, April the Saturday, April the 11th. April the 11th. All I can say is this about last night on Monday Night Raw. I mean, 4 matches and 3-hour shows is bullshit, and the fans pay hundreds to see it live. I mean, WWE is dying. I'm telling you. Let's go to last Saturday, April the 11th. Hold on 1 second, screen's freezing. let's see. Oh, sorry about that. Last Saturday, he died on August 1st, 2019 of cancer. Eariler turned 37. Okay, couple of pop culture, couple of movies released in theaters. This is a really good movie. Offbeat, starring Judge Reinhold, the cult classic Critters, and a really good movie, Academy Award nominated. A really good movie right here. Had winning Academy Award nominations. A Room with a View. An old friend of mine from Pittsburgh ran this movie. Really good movie starring Helena Bonham Carter, and the late Julian Sands. The supporting cast in this movie includes late Maggie Smith was in this movie. And on Monday Night Raw, Okay, Monday Night Raw, April 11th, 2016, heading up to leading up to Payback. Cesaro defeated Kevin Owens in the number one contenders match for the Intercontinental title. The Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon defeated Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalisto in number one contenders tag team championship first round match. Natalia defeated Charlotte with, with Ric Flair by DQ in the WWE Women's Championship match. Yeah, Charlotte retained. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay defeated the Social Outcasts, Heath Slater and Curtis Axel with Aaron Rose and Bo Dallas, number one contenders tag team championship tournament first round match. AJ Styles defeated Sami Zayn, Paul Cruz defeated Aaron Rose and with Bo Dallas. Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns defeated the Lucha League of Nations, Sheamus and Rebel Dreer with Rusev. Kevin Owens confronted Shane McMahon on that night. Then the League of Nations confronted Roman Reigns. Then we'll see a highlight reel between with Dean Ambrose, and we see he tell this is the one when Dean Ambrose tells Chris Jericho that the highlight reel has been canceled. There's a new show called Ambrose Asylum. Okay, let's go to some birthdays. Wow, Jackie Redmond, WWE's Jackie Redmond turned 40 last Sunday. In April 12, 2016 marked the tragic passing of Balls Mahoney that I just mentioned mentioned earlier, just about a minute ago. Cybernetico turned 51 yesterday. Yeah, Josh Raymond turned 42 last Saturday. Oh, okay. Let's see. See, April the 12th, Sunday. Let's see. No, today is Quantum Day, by the way. Let's see, yeah, Ed O'Neill turned 80 last Sunday, and Gilbert Godfrey died on was Gilbert Godfrey was the Godfrey died on April 12th. He died on April 12th, 2022. He died of cancer at the age of 67. see. Ricky Dragon Steamboat WWE Championship Wrestling. April 12, 1986. Ricky Dragon Steamboat and Junkyard defeated Moondog Spot and Mr. X. The Hart Foundation, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Elm Neidhart with Jim the Elm Neidhart defeated Mario Messina, especially Louis Jones. George the Elm Steel and with Captain Lil Albino defeated John Rizzo. Magnificent Rocco with Mr. Fuji defeated Terry Morgan. Mr. Wonderful Paul Under defeated Steve Lombardi. Corporate Christian Danny Spider defeated David Barbie in the Gladiator. In 1996, a couple movies were released in theaters. Really good movie I have on DVD. Fear, starring a real cult classic. Fear, starring Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon. Supporting cast includes William Pearson, Alyssa Milano from Who's the Boss and Charm, and Amy Brenneman from Judging Amy. Yeah, William Pearson from the movie Live and Die in L.A. and the TV show CSI. Really good actor. Really good actor. Very talented actor. Getting Away with Murder starring Dan Aykroyd, Lil Talon, Jack Lemmon, and Bonnie Hunt. Really good movie. Oh, James and Giant Peach was released in theaters, featuring the voices of Paul Terry, featuring voices of Paul Terry, plays the live action James and the voice of James. Miriam Mobiles and Joan London from British TV show that's the TV show what's it called? British TV show the British TV show a British TV show a little British TV show called what's the name of that British TV show? Absolutely Fabulous. And he also featured voices of Richard Dreyfuss, Simon Cowell, Jane Lees from TV shows Frasier, Susan Sarandon, David Thewlis, and featured voice of Marion Mobiles, who did the voice of Mrs. Glowworm in a live action version. Really good movie, my childhood movie, James and Giant Peach. Jane Eyre starring William Hurt and Joan Plowright was released. Also starring Anna Paquin was in this movie. And another movie released in theaters that same day. Kids in the Hall Brain Candy, based on the TV show Kids in the Hall Brain Candy. Kids in the Hall Brain Candy, based on a TV show, was released. In theaters, really good movie. Kevin McDonald, Mark McKinney, Dave Foley. Yeah, on let's see, 2016 on Impact Wrestling. Beer Morning Incorporated defeated Decay, Rosemary and Bram, Eric Young, and Brosmans in a four-corner match, retained the TNA World Tag Team Championship. DZ defeated Trevor Lee with Shane Helms. Mike Bennett with Maria defeated Ethan Carter III by DQ. Jay defeated Master Rain to retain the TNA Women's Knockout Championship. Matt Hardy and Tyrus defeated Drew Galloway and Jeff Hardy. let's see. See. Man, I'm talking. Yeah. Beer. Impact Wrestling. Beer Money. Defeat Decay. Abyss and Crazy Steve, Rosemary and Bram, Eric Young and Bromans, Jesse Garza and Robbie E and Forecast retain the TNA World Tag Team Championship. DZ defeated Trevor Lee with Shane Helms. Mike Bennett with Maria defeated Heath Carter by DQ. Jay defeated Madison Rain to retain the TNA Women's Knockout Championship. Matt Hardy and Tyrus defeated Simon Dugal and Jeff Hardy. April 2016, the Divas jet off to Paris, where one diva receives all proposals of a lifetime when relationships begin to fall apart as tension between Fox and Rosa castellates. Eva dishes Mandy so she can instead hang out with the Bellas. Okay, April 13th. Birthdays, I just mentioned Jonathan Brandis would have been 50 yesterday. 50. Monty Brown turned 56 yesterday. The late Sir Mo, Wrestle Somo, who died of pneumonia October 29, 2015, he would have been 62. Yesterday would have been a happy 99th birthday to Italian wrestler Tony Rocchio, who that Tony Rocco, who that he died April. He was born on April 3rd. He died. He would have been 99 years old yesterday. Tony Rocco. Flair and the Giant with the Jimmy American males. Benoit with Arnis defeated Dave Sullivan. The Belfast Bruisers defeated Lord Steven Regal by DQ. Colonel Tom Parker defeated Medusa by DQ. Brad Armstrong defeated Dean Malenko. Arn Anderson and Kevin Sullivan and Master Jimmy Hart defeated Larry Santo and Rick Fargo. Sting defeated Chris Kanyon. Nasty Boys, Ryan Niles and Jerry Sad. Oh wait, this is WCW Pro. This is wrong one. Got one in his finish. I got one. Defeated Mick Foley. Mankind defeated Jason and Castro in his Superstars debuted. Ryan Man Mike Merrill defeated Adam Grove. Justin Hot Bradshaw. The Belfast Bruiser defeated. Well, that again.